Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as we talk about and plant some micro tomato seeds. So let's go. In case you missed it, I recently posted a video on planting some lettuce seeds. I'm planning on having lots of vegetables growing during the winter months while there's still snow on the ground. If you haven't seen that video, check it out because it might inspire you to grow your own vegetables year-round indoors. Did you know there's such a thing as a tiny tomato plant? I'm not kidding. There are plants that grow less than 12 inches in height. In fact, I grew my first small-sized tomato plants about 2 years ago. The variety that I grew was called Orange Hat tomatoes. And then last year, I grew a variety called Micro Tom. They both were so fun to grow, and I love it, and I definitely want to inspire you to do the same thing if you haven't tried it. So when you're looking for these little small tomatoes, some of the key words that you're going to look for are micro, dwarf, mini, or micro dwarf. It's basically a small compact tomato plant that produces small-sized tomatoes. These small tomato plants are determinate type tomatoes. What does that mean? It's basically a tomato that grows up to a certain predefined height and then it stops growing. And most of these small-sized tomatoes don't grow much taller than 6 to 8 inches, sometimes about 12 inches in height. But word of caution, you might look up a plant on a website and it will say it's a dwarf tomato plant. It might get to be 1.5 or 2 feet in height. Now, yes, that's considered a small-sized tomato plant. Maybe you could grow it in a container or a pot. But if you're really trying to grow tomatoes just for indoors and with no purpose of bringing that plant outdoors ever, personally, my goal for growing my tomato plants indoors under my grow lights is for those plants to not be any taller than about 8 inches in height. And you might be wondering, how do these tomatoes taste? I can tell you from experience, they're very tasty. They're on the smaller side, but they're sweet, they're tasty. A lot of times the flavor is concentrated in that small little tomato. And at least from what I've seen, the tomatoes are usually red color or an orange colored tomato. And there are so many different people that could grow these kind of tomatoes. You could be like me and you just want to grow the tomato indoors under your grow lights all year round. Or maybe you want to grow it outdoors, but you don't have a lot of garden space. Or maybe you don't have any garden space. You can grow it in a container or a pot. You could grow it on your balcony, on your porch. You could even grow it inside of a window box. I say be creative with these tiny little tomato plants. If you are growing the plants for the purpose of growing them outdoors, you want to make sure you put your plant in a full sun location. However, if you're going to grow the plant indoors like I'm going to do, then you want to make sure you're putting it under some sort of light. And I'm going to be putting them under my LED shop lights. You could also put them under a grow light. They will not get enough sun if you just put them in the sunny window. So definitely invest in some sort of grow lights or LED shop lights if you're planning to grow these indoors. A common question that I get asked is, if you are going to grow these plants indoors all year long, do you need to pollinate them by hand? And the answer is no. These tomato plants are self-pollinating, so they actually will take care of themselves. However, if you do find it to be an issue, you can always hand pollinate, but I've never had to do that. I've always had success growing my tomatoes indoors without any other intervention. Since tomatoes are considered a warm season crop, I recommend using a heat mat in order to germinate those seeds. And I'll show you the kind of heat mat that I'll be using after we sow our seeds. You want to sow your seeds about 1/4 inch deep. That means you're going to be covering them a little bit with your potting mix or your seed starting mix. And the seeds will germinate in about 6 to 8 days. If you're planning to grow these plants for indoor purposes only, you can start your seeds any time of the year. However, if your goal is to move the plant outdoors, then you want to start the seeds about 6 to 8 weeks before your average last frost date. And if you don't know what your average last frost date is, take a look at the website that I've linked down below. You can put in your zip code and that will tell you an estimate of what your average last frost date is, but definitely pay more attention to the map and where you're located on the map. That will give you a more accurate average last frost date. When I start seeds indoors, I like to use a seed starting mix that I made myself. And I'll put a link to that video down in the description below. But it's basically 2 parts peat moss, which you could use cocoa coir if you want, to 1 part of vermiculite with a small pinch of dolomite lime. And when I'm talking about parts, I'm basically talking about containers. So if I was to say 2 parts of the peat moss, it would be like 2 of these containers. to 1 part of the vermiculite, which would be one of these containers. And then I pre-moisten my seed starting mix. I take boiling hot water and I pour it all over the seed starting mix. I mix it really well, and then I cover it and I let it sit until it's cooled down. And I do that for 2 reasons. I need to pre-moisten my seed starting mix anyway. Also, I want to kill off any possible fungus gnat eggs that might be living inside of the peat moss, and the boiling hot water usually helps with that. I like to use restaurant takeout containers. They're free, and I can recycle them and keep using them over and over again, which I think is great because it keeps these out of the landfill. And also what I've done is I've made holes in the bottom of the container so that water can drain out of the bottom, and also so I can bottom water my plants. And then I like the top because it's clear and it acts kind of like a humidity dome, which is really nice. And a lot of times plants that you're starting from seed need that extra humidity in order to germinate. I like to sow a lot of seeds in containers like this. One of the reasons is it saves a lot of space under my grow lights. And also, only the seeds that want to germinate are going to germinate. So I eventually end up with cell packs that don't have empty cells in them, which is really nice. And in case you're wondering, when do I take the plants out of these restaurant to-go containers? I wait until the plants have a couple of leaves on them. Once they have a few leaves on them, I prick them out and I pot them up. I'll show you that in future videos. So even though I've only tried a couple of micro tomatoes, I researched it and I found a few other ones that looked interesting. So I'm going to name them off to you, and I'll tell you some of the websites that sell those particular types of micro tomatoes. There's Micro Tomato from Seeds and Such, Orange Hat from Rare Seeds or Victory Seeds, Yellow Canary from Victory Seeds, Red Velvet from Park Seed, and Siam from Park Seed or Eden Brothers. I definitely want to try some of those other varieties of tomatoes, but for this year I still have a packet of tomatoes that I grew last year. I figured I might as well use these up first, but you better believe that I'm going to be buying some other micro tomatoes for the future years. You can see close up the holes that I made in the bottom of my container. You can really use anything you want. You can use a pen or you can use a soldering iron. The possibilities are endless. Just make sure you put more than less holes in the bottom. Here's the seed starting mix that I made, and when you squeeze it, I want you to notice that there's no water dripping out. And yet when you let go, you'll see that the seed starting mix holds its form. That's the perfect consistency that you're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and add my seed starting mix to the container. And I can tell you that this container is definitely much larger than we need it to be. But the reason I'm using it is because I'm planning on adding some other micro vegetable plants to this container over the next day or two. The next thing we're going to do is we just want to press down lightly. We want to eliminate any air pockets that might be in there. The seeds that we're going to be sowing are the micro tom tomatoes. Also, if you did a search on the internet on micro tom tomatoes, you might find some websites that talk a little bit more detail about this type of plant and the tomatoes it produces. Last year I planted 4 of these tomatoes and they all germinated. So I'm going to do 4 again this year because that is plenty. And that's what the seeds look like. And I'm just going to plant them on this side right here. Remember, the intent is for these to germinate, but once they have a few sets of true leaves, at that point we'll be pricking those plants out and we'll be potting them up. I'm pressing them into the soil, but I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to cover them slightly with some more seed starting mix. We want it to just be a very light covering, about 1/4 of an inch. I'm pressing down. I want to make sure that I'm making good contact between the seeds and the seed starting mix. I used a garden marker because it won't wear off when I'm spraying everything in here, and I've just made a small label showing the type of tomato and the date that the seeds are being sown. I'm using a small hand pump water sprayer so I can spray my seeds. Here's the clear cover I was telling you about, and what's really nice is it actually has a couple of air vents on either side. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place it on here. And this humidity dome stays on here until the seeds have germinated. And like I mentioned, I will be adding some other types of seeds in here, and that's totally fine. As soon as plants start germinating, they come right out of this small mini greenhouse anyway. I'll be placing this on a heat mat, and I'll also be placing this under my LED shop lights. I have a video that talks about my shop lights. I'll put a link to that in the video description below. And the lights come on at 5 a.m. They go off at 9 p.m. They're set on a timer. The plants will be placed on a heat mat, and the heat mat is on 24 hours a day. The plants will get removed from the heat mat as soon as they start germinating. The heat mat that I have, it does not have a thermostat on it, but I also have ones that do have a thermostat. Both of them work equally fine. And I highly recommend using heat mats if you're planning to start tomatoes, eggplant, or peppers from seed. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be making more videos on some other micro or dwarf type of vegetables that I'll be growing indoors, so be on the lookout for those videos. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. You don't want to miss out when I show you my process for fertilizing my seedlings, pricking them out, potting them up, and eventually potting them into a nice big pot. And then I can show you what they look like when I'm harvesting the tomatoes off of them. Please comment below if you've ever grown any of these dwarf or mini-sized tomato plants indoors. And if so, which varieties did you grow and what did you think of them? I'd love to hear from you. And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.